Hey guys, Dr. Max, Dr. Candace here to talk to you about some common injuries that we see with people who are skiing and snowboarding because it's that time of the year. Even though it might not be snowing yet, but we know what's coming. It's on its way.
Yeah, with skiing and snowboarding, a lot of times you're using muscles that you haven't used all year. So you want to make sure that you're warming up really good. And, some of the injuries that we see with it, are shoulder and arm injuries, especially with skiing, you're using your poles. Another type of injury we see is hips. You haven't been using those muscles in a certain way to move those hips to move throughout the mountain. So you haven't used them all year, so now you're starting to use them. So a lot of times you'll develop some overuse injuries in those hips, those glutes, that low back. Also, a lot of times, unfortunately, there's falls, especially here in New England. It's pretty icy a lot of the time. So falling on the hard snowpack can definitely result in some different injuries, especially sprained strains of the neck, low back. A lot of times it can be like whiplash type injuries, also shoulder, another big one, and knees, another big injury. So it's definitely stuff you want to take care of as soon as it happens, because you want to be able to get back out on the mountain since our season is so short here in New England.
So things you want to do to help, we can help with the treatment here in APM is, the chiropractic adjustment. And that's going to help just kind of restore some of the motion in those joints that, from like Dr. Candace, from those falls, those injuries that might happen that we don't realize that might not have, impact immediately, but long-term will have an effect. Also, the instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization or the scraping, that really helps, again, get the blood flow, helps keep things loose, helps heal things a little bit quicker. Next, the cupping, same idea as the instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, but instead of using like a compression, it uses decompression to help lift the skin to help get better blood flow. Taping is really, really good for not only injuries, but also performance and things like that to help get better blood flow to the area, help you move better, help rehab those injuries, or even if you have an injury, if you just need to feel good while you're out there and stay out there longer. And lastly, the laser. Those are really good for, again, those falls, those hits, those sprained strains to help speed up the healing on a cellular level, things that can get deeper than we can do with, can't really do with anything else in our repertoire. But this is the thing that will help people get back out there faster, and get back on the slopes.
Yeah, and even if you're not injured, if you're just really super sore, which is common, especially early in the season, getting in and using the Normatec boots is really huge because that's going to help you recover quicker and help you get back out on the mountain faster. But some of the injury prevention things you can do is a dynamic warm up, especially when you get to the top of the mountain because you're sitting on a lift and it's really super cold. Your muscles are tightening up, your body's getting cold. So getting to the top of the mountain, just making sure you're doing some air squats, arm circles, just really trying to warm those muscles up are going to help you as you're making your way down the mountain. And then making sure you're stretching after you're done with the day. A lot of times you're getting out there, you're doing a whole bunch of runs, and your body's not used to it. So it's easy to develop overuse injuries. So making sure you're stretching is just going to help your body recover quicker and help with any soreness. And then during the season and even in the off season, you want to make sure you're doing strength training, full body strength training, your legs, arms, core. That's just going to help keep you strong and help prevent some of the falls, because if you're able to keep your balance better, it's going to help prevent any of the falls. And then making sure you're drinking enough water and electrolytes. I know beers and everything are a big thing in the ski world and snowboard world, so you want to make sure you're getting enough water during the day, especially with electrolytes, to making sure you're balancing out those things. And then making sure you're getting proper nutrition, packing a bar with you or a couple bars with you, just sticking them in your snow bag is going to be huge, because a lot of times at the mountains the food that's offered isn't the greatest. So you want to make sure you're just getting some good nutrition with some fruit, some different things that you can bring just to be a little bit healthier than the hot dogs and french fries that are served. So
So if you have any questions about any of these things that we talked about, don't forget to hit us up at APM or comment below.